dare you multitask, Michael? Murderer.
Murderer? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a way to start the stream back off. Like murderer. People being accused of murder on the Crazy Crafter live stream already. Welcome back to the Crazy Crafter live stream, everyone. Dear God, here we are. It is so good to be back with you all. Hello, Foam Family. It's good to be hanging out with you once more again. Joined, as always, by my dear friends Michael Patterson from Nat One Videos and Zayn Morgan from Zayn Morgan Crafts. And this week, our awesome special featured guest, Aislinn from Dollar Store DM. Thank you so much for joining us, Aislinn. How are you today?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us. It's always awesome to meet a new creator and to get a chance to pick the brain of another awesome crafter within our amazing and, like, it seems ever-growing and expansive community, which is awesome. And we're really excited to have Aislinn here with us today because Aislinn doesn't just craft one thing. I think you said it best. You said it? You're like, I can't pick one hobby, right?
Oh, I have an inability to pick just one. It's very ADD.
That's okay. That's all right.
Fixation of the week.
And I think that is perfectly fine. All that means is you've got a lot of awesome passions that you got to pursue and you got to follow. Tell us a little bit about your Instagram, Dollar Store DM. What spawned and spurred the creation of Dollar Store DM and the account.
It started as a joke. Because I was making like real basic, cheap versions of crafts for my home game. And one of my players, he made the joke like, oh, you're like a Dollar Store DM. And then it stuck. And then I just like started posting things on the interwebs, kind of start of COVID. Mm-hmm. And it kind of just grew from there. Nice. It's been really cool getting to like showcase all the cheap ways because hobbying's expensive.
Sure is.
Yes, it is.
Sure is.
So I try and highlight as many like budget builds as possible. Did I turn on the hot glue gun? I did. I need to be careful.
I always leave mine on. I haven't even plugged mine in yet. I don't even think I'm going to get to gluing stuff today. But
mine has a history with hot glue gun.
Oh man, I do. I gave myself at least second-degree burns back in August on a build that I was working on.
Oh no!
Just before you go on, Cross is saying that your volume is a little bit low and everyone else is fine.
I saw that. It's because my microphone was far away. I've taken great care to make sure everyone else can be seen and heard except myself. But I've adjusted it now, and it should be a little. It should be mo better, Cross. Let me know. Let me know if that's a little better. I think so. It says so on my levels here anyway. On the OBS, it looks better. Well, I think everyone out there in the crafting community can appreciate budget crafting, and we're gonna. If you have any questions about some great tips on budget crafting, Aislinn is here. Like, throw your question in the chat, and we're more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Or if we don't have the answers, we can certainly brainstorm. We've got an amazing community both here in the chat and here on the stream today. Speaking of the live stream itself, who do we've got hanging out with us? We've got Lisa, the Dungeon Matron, in the house. Lisa, we got to figure out a time this week to drop off and figure out how to connect. I don't want to do the mail drop off. I would like to see your face and say hello. So we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Zayn, this guy Zayn Morgan, who's that? He's in the chat. He's already here.
Block him.
Cam Painter Cross is in the house. Welcome, Cross. Good to see your face. Robert Evans, how the heck are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. I briefly had a chance when I woke up this morning. I started going through my Discord over at the Crazy Crafter, looking at all the awesome builds that everyone's working on. Y'all got some really cool mechs and Warhammer stuff that you, Lil Gwyn, are painting up. It's looking really cool. I'm digging that. Who else is out there? We got Carl from Carl Makes Stuff, making a quick grocery run and popping in the stream. Hope you're doing well, Carl. Looking forward to hanging out and catching up here in the stream today. We've got Tabletop Ready Minis is in the house. Mark, hope you're doing well.
Thanks for the compliment, Mark.
Yeah. And then Interius hype. Yes, Interius, all the hype. Welcome to the stream. That's a newer face that I haven't seen before. Welcome. I believe that's who we've got hanging out with us today. Thanks for joining us here on the Crazy Crafter live stream. If you aren't familiar with Aislinn's Instagram account, you can head over to @DollarStoreDM and give Aislinn a follow. Be sure you do. In addition to your budget crafting, you've got way more than that going on, Aislinn. Let's talk a little bit about. I want to hear more about your store and what you sell on that store. You have another unique skill set that I keep threatening myself to try to get into, but I've already got a 3D printer. I've already crafting, and if I add dice making to that, I don't know. I do know how my wife would respond to that. So tell us a little bit about the store and I want to know more about. I know that you have to have that pressure. I'm calling it the pressure cooker. I think it's the pressure cooker.
Close. You're almost there. Pressure pot.
Pressure pot.
Cookie pot. Same thing.
You mean I can't use my crock pot to make dice? Dang
you
it.
cannot.
Okay.
Also, a crock pot is not pressure. It's just low heat for long periods of time.
I see. This is why I probably shouldn't start getting into this hobby. Tell us a little bit about the store and how you got into dice making. That's a pretty specific brand within the hobby.
It was definitely a whim because I found these like real cheap molds and some UV resin and went, let's give it a shot. Those original dice are pretty garbage. I still have the first one somewhere. All the faces are concave.
Ooh, super balanced.
And the balance is fine because it's all just resin.
Yeah.
That's the thing with handmade dice. They actually tend to be better balanced than store-bought.
Really?
They have fewer bubbles and voids inside because they're made much more controlled.
That's a
but
new fact.
I recently got new molds and I got a pressure pot. And so now I can make nice looking dice. I haven't sold them in a hot minute, just because I haven't gotten a chance to really make more because we just moved. But now I'm settling in. I'm going to get some more resin. And I'm looking forward to starting to sell those again up on the store. Right now, the store mostly has like merchandise and hobby wear, like this shirt.
That's an awesome shirt, by the way.
Oh, my painting shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly that right now, and then some items from past streams of the Art of Adventure, because our players donate their stuff, and then we sell it to fundraise so that we can pay shipping fees.
That's cool. That is really cool. Well, I'm excited for you to get back into some more dice making, because I am a little dice goblin. I have to like collect. I really appreciate good dice. I don't know if it still exists, but there was an account on Instagram called Dicey Times. Were you familiar with Dicey Times at all? So it was a dice subscription. And you could build individual boxes for like a one-time thing, or you could subscribe and like new dice would get shipped to you monthly or however frequently you wanted them. But one of my good buddies and a friend of all of ours here on the stream, her name is Amy Root, and she sent me for my birthday. She sent me a subscription, and you can like customize. So you put in. So say if you're playing a dark wood elf, and you're a druid, like you could list that in there, and the subscription box would build the dice to your like taste and try to like build it. So I have a battle raging hill dwarf barbarian, and I got sent a tiny D20 that's like metal, and then I have this big giant spike. It's a spiked hollow dice. So I was like, dude,
that's cool.
Yeah. I love me some good dice, and all the images from your store. I was like, yep, I'm gonna be ordering more dice. I'm gonna get in trouble, but that's okay. You can't have enough dice because I'm sure y'all can relate to this out there. There's going to be that one time when you're working in a campaign and you keep rolling that dice and it keeps failing you every time, and you have to get rid of that and try to roll some new math rocks to turn the tides, because
you always need backup shiny click clacks.
Yeah, backup shiny click clacks. I love it.
It is actually a thing, though, that like some dice are actually bad dice. I think that's a real thing.
You think so?
100%.
Are you do you what there's something loaded behind that. What is, where, like, an example? Do you have a bad, is it just like a set that's bad, Michael, or a single die that you're like, man, I'm not rolling that. I
would only ever roll with a set. So I mean, I don't like mixing the dice. I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's got to be a set. So yeah, if it's one bad dice, the whole lot is gone.
So do you believe in dice jails?
Sorry?
Do you believe in dice jails?
We've never used a dice jail. But the good thing about our house is that Lucy will never complain about more dice. So if we need more dice, we get more dice.
Yeah, my husband has a bag of holding and it's just full of dice.
Full of dice. Nice.
Yeah.
John McElroy's Ghost. I miss John McElroy's Ghost. Welcome to the stream. You're hanging out in here with us today as well. Welcome, John. John is saying it's lovely. It's nice to have a huge bowl of dice just for looks. You can't argue with that. Like,
one of my best friends is officially a dice dragon.
Ooh.
Like it's the next level. It's ridiculous. This is Mage Brush on Instagram. He does a lot of work with me.
Is it Mage Brush? You said Mage Brush?
Mm-hmm. Mage Brush.
Okay.
Official dice dragon. It's ridiculous, and he has a those gumball dispensers.
Yes.
That the goal is for it to be filled with D20s.
That's awesome.
Which is a lot of D20s.
That's a lot of D20.
Like, that is pounds of dice.
Like a normal size gumball machine, like you'd find like a grocery store.
The bowl is about yay. It's actually It was my family's. It was my little brother's, and when he was over one day, my brother was like, "I don't use this. Here you go."
Wow.
Nice.
What an awesome. That's there's some hashtag life goals right there. Fill up the gumball machine with all the D20s. That'd be awesome. You're like, hold on, I need a special one for this roll. Just go over and like turn it, and it like dispenses the dice. Or you can be like, yeah, cool, go ahead. You're collect a quarter from all of your friends in the party. Like, if you want a new dice, you gotta send it in. But then you could like take the quarter and you could use it as fundraiser. You could use it you could turn all that money you collect into a good cause. Dude.
Or it's 1/4 of a new material from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Well, one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's the prices have gone up slightly. Well, that's awesome. In addition to the dice making, I can't wait to tell us more about your Twitch channel and the Art of Adventure, and how that came about, and how, like, everything, because that I'm really excited about. I really enjoy podcasts. I don't know if you've listened to any. I haven't gotten into Critical Role, but I'm a huge Not Another D&D podcast fan. Like, that is one of my favorite ones. I'm really enjoying Sebastian's live play, and then also all his one shots that he's recording on Atmoseeker. So to find out that you are also a Twitch streamer and you have your own campaign adventure that is happening, I'm about to go down the Art of Adventure rabbit hole.
Yeah, so Art of Adventure is a really cool kind of, we have our own shtick.
Yeah.
Most D&D shows on Twitch are done through like Roll20, which is awesome.
Yep.
And allows for so much functionality across wide distances.
Mm-hmm.
But it started last December when I went, it'd be really fun to play some D&D with the people I've met on this stream, or on this in the interwebs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was kind of talking back and forth with another friend, Shadow Weave Miniatures, and we came up with the idea of, well, we could turn this into a thing. We could turn this into a stream So it went from I'm gonna play online with my friends to I'm gonna stream it with my friends to now we've created a community where the cast of an episode will then create all of the terrain minis, everything
That's so
for
cool.
the next episode's cast.
That's so cool.
So we have live battle cam. It's all like physical miniatures. I have so many minis that I need to mail out to past players because I am notoriously awful at shipping things out. So if anybody's from Art of Adventure and has not gotten their mini yet, I have it. It's safe. It's in that closet over there. They're separated from all the other minis. I just haven't put them in a box yet.
That's all right. They'll get out.
Fair.
You also, like you said, you you just moved too, so.
Also true. But some of these minis are from months ago.
Okay, there's no excuse for that.
There really isn't. It's on me.
I'm notorious too. I'm like, I will send you that thing 3 weeks later, and it might be in the mail. Zayn,
I'm still waiting for it, Colin, by the way.
What are you waiting for? What have I forgotten to send you? Are you just kidding? I mean, I was like, I'm probably I've forgotten something.
I'm supposed to send you both T-shirts, so
yeah,
from Christmas.
That's okay. Life happens. Like there's a lot going on, and everyone, every single one of us are juggling multiple things at once.
But you know what, Colin? Life finds a way.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I don't know if you're a Jurassic Park fan, Aislinn, but Zayn and I we're kind of geeking out over the new trailer for Dominion. I have high hopes. There's other parts of me. I don't know if I've sent you the meme, boys, or did you send it to you? You might have sent the meme to you sent the meme, the one where like dinosaurs eat Chris Pratt, Laura Dern inherits the franchise, right? Yeah, like that's a.
I've never seen that.
You haven't seen it? I'll have to send it to you. I'm hopeful. I'm excited that the original part, big part of the original cast is coming back together. I love the first one. That is like one of my childhood favorites. I love that movie, Jurassic Park. So good. Have you seen the new trailer, Aislinn?
I have not.
Oh, you'll have to watch it.
I haven't watched in theater movies since before COVID. I'm pretty sure we were trying to think about the last time my husband and I went to a movie theater, and I'm pretty sure it was in New Zealand 4 years ago.
What'd you guys see? Do you remember?
I think it was one of the Hobbits. I don't know. We were just killing time in Auckland.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys took a trip to New Zealand. I want to go to. That's on the list for sure.
That was our honeymoon. Was New Zealand.
That's an awesome
Shire?
trip.
Did you go to the Shire?
Of course we went to the Shire. Did we go to the Shire? What kind of question is that?
I am literally now officially ridiculously jealous. I really want to go.
Hobbiton is amazing. You get a drink in the Green Dragon.
Awesome.
Wow.
Michael is a your friend was a dice dragon. Michael is a Lord of the Rings dragon, I guess.
He's small.
I just I love it so much.
I mean, look at you. Have you seen this? You got to show the shirt. It's right there. You got to show it. Yeah, baby. Look at that axe. Designed by our very own Zayn Morgan.
Zayn Morgan Crafts.
Oh.
Yeah, Zayn.
Just for me.
Oh. Well, and anyone who else wants to buy it, right? It's still up there on your Teespring.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've sold a couple, but yeah. See, that's what this community is all about. Like, rubbing shoulders with the right people and getting awesome merch.
I mean, I'm wearing a Colin Bresty shirt.
Yeah, so. Yeah. That's one of my favorite shirts too. Gotta rep the local Stage Combat Weapon Rental Company on the West Coast. All right.
I was like, you have a local stage combat thing, and then I remembered you're in LA, and that made sense.
Yep. It's that's the career outside of streaming is fight direction. I teach, I act, and then there's a pile of weaponry over here to my
fucking cool.
It is like I have to pinch myself on a daily basis, Aislinn. Like I get to play fight for a living, And
I have fake weapon that fell apart, but
I like that. I saw that and I was like, oh, she's making weapons. Like you made like
I
an
know.
awesome flail. That was super cool.
I made it a while back and
Yeah.
it fell on the floor
Yeah.
and all of the little like dollar store ring eyelets that are holding it together definitely came apart. So that's on the list of things to put back together.
It's
Those 3D printed.
No, they are made from. Do I have a piece of it still? Yeah, I do because I kept a bunch of shrapnel. So it's these like Jot brand, kind of like whiteboard on one side, condensed cardboard on the other. Dollar store. So
It was like chipboard.
it's like chipboard, but like exceedingly hard and thick. And you can sand it. So I painstakingly cut out each of the shapes and then sanded down the edges.
That's very cool.
Like a blade.
I love that, Aislinn. The coolest thing that I've ever made for like any weapon prop. I took a $15 dog toy where you can like hide a treat in it, and then sanded it down, and then spray painted it like a silver, like metallic silver, and then you mounted it on just a wooden dowel, wrapped it with like some cheap dollar store like athletic tape wrap, and then a screw with a little bit of epoxy through the top of the toy, and it's a mace, and it's a rubber mace. And the reason I wanted a rubber mace is because the metal ones that I have, they look great, and you have to be very careful with them because those are not like, they're very real. Like there's no say, like it is the weapon that it was designed to do. It will bludgeon. So I wanted something that I could hit off of a steel shield that would bounce, or you could make contact with someone on their body with it, and that little rubber give and the for it is perfect. So that is
amazing.
That's pretty
and
fun.
Now I want to make one.
You can. I'll show you. I gotta see if there's a cheaper way. The most expensive part of that project is the rubber chew toy, which ranges anywhere between $13 and $20. I've seen it as expensive as $20. I got. Yeah. But the shape of it looks just like, it looks almost like a trifoil mace. But I believe it's a hexagon shape, and it's perfect.
Wait, I think I have that exact one.
I'm sure you do.
I'm pretty sure I've had it since the older of the two dogs was a puppy.
Yeah. I saw the weapons making, and I was just like, oh man, I want to do more. I think that's something that I've always talked about. I've talked about trying to make my my D&D character's weapon in game, right? To Urful's Durham, right? aka Clevis, and now we're on Clevis 2.0 because I used a wish spell, and the DM like disintegrated my first one, and I was just like, like took away my weapon. Anyway, I was like, it'd be cool to do a lot, like a full size scale version of that, where one side of it is like a great axe, and the other side has got like a ball mace with beholder teeth on it. Like that would be a fun one to build one of these days.
That sounds real cool.
Yeah. More weapons. All I'd say, you should do more weapons. I saw that flail. I was like, yes, make the weapons. I've
done that,
biased.
and then so this is my husband's current character's weapon in the campaign I'm running, and then his original character had a giant warhammer. It's a dwarf. It's basically I modeled it after I think it's Felis or Keelys. One of the dwarves in The Hobbit has I think it's one of the twins.
Yep.
Has a big old hammer. So I modeled it after it, and it's made entirely of like XPS foam and then a wooden dowel.
Nice.
That's sitting in the tavern over there.
That's super cool.
Talking of big hammers, have you seen Ardnor Mini's
Yeah,
one?
I was gonna say, Sean from
awesome.
Ardnor Minis has a really crazy giant foam hammer that's not painted up. It's just sitting above his workshop space right now. But he made a giant like dwarven warhammer as well out of it's pink
It was
foam.
Thor's hammer.
Is
I think he made-
is it Thor's hammer?
I thought it was Thor's hammer. Yeah,
I don't think it's Mjolnir. Am I saying that
I
right?
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Thank you. Either way, it's super cool. You have to let us know out there in the chat what are some of your favorite creators from different weapons that you made, or have you made your own? I know Cross from Campaign Terrain is a LARPer and has made armor in the past for the live action role playing that they've done, and I have a bunch of EVA foam here, and I keep thinking about like trying to craft with it and use it. I grabbed it for, I can't remember what project I grabbed it for. Oh, I grabbed the EVA foam because I made my bat mace. I have my bat mace. I need to do version 2.0 of that for this season.
That's what I thought you were going to talk about when you said your favorite weapon that you made.
It's not okay. So I don't use that in stage combat. Although you very well could. You could take that and totally mount it on some wood, and like you have like go to Play It Again Sports and mount it. So I play baseball in a rec league every Sunday or most Sundays when it's baseball season at Aislinn. And I last year it was our first time back. We hadn't played in a year and a half because of COVID. So I was like, I'm doing something special. I took my bat weight that slides down, and it looks like a mace when you put it on there. But I bought EVA foam and I like spray painted it and made this like barbarian looking thing. So when I'm on the on deck circle, it looks intimidating, or at least to me, in my eyes it does. People are probably like, what the hell is wrong with that dude? He's crazy. My teammates got a huge kick out of it, and that's the one that they all use now. Like they go for you got to go for the war bat mace. Like it's just good juju. It's good juju for your at bat. Okay. Is there anything in the chat? I haven't been keeping an eye on it, boys.
No specific questions. People chatting themselves.
Welcome, Laura.
Laura.
Hey, Laura, welcome.
Okay, so what's going on, Colin?
What do you mean, what's going on?
Laura's asking, hey, what's going on? So
what's going on? Oh my goodness. Well, we're here streaming again and hanging out with y'all. So that is freaking amazing. I love that. Thank you all for coming and stopping by today. It's been a heck of a few weeks, but it's good. It's all good. It's me returning to work the school semesters. I'm teaching at 3 different universities right now, finishing up choreographing a show, and it, amidst all the other auditioning and stuff. It's particularly crazy. One of the universities we're moving to these temporary portables because the whole performing arts complex is being renovated. Some of the classes are online, some of them are in person. It has been a wild ride on top of, family stuff too. So it's nice to be hanging out crafting. That's what I'm doing today. In fact, I think it'd be kind of a cool time as we dart into this and we start getting deeper into the stream. We're 30 minutes in. I have yet to start touching any of my Woodland Shrine here that we're going to be streaming tomorrow over on Nat One Videos. We should plug that for a quick second. If you all, why don't you tell everyone about that, Michael? What do we got going on tomorrow?
So tomorrow, same time as this stream over on my channel, we're streaming the Guild Build review, and we've already got quite a few entries in the folder, which is great. By the way, Cross, I love your build, man. It's really, really good. Love it.
Nice.
And Carl as well. So there's some people in the chat have got builds in. I'm putting a build in. Colin's putting a build in.
Yep.
And we've got DM Scotty. He will be joining us as a guest host as well.
Yep.
And that's it. And it's not a competition. So if you've got a whip and you're like, oh, I didn't get it finished in time, take some photographs anyway.
Send it.
Because it's because we like to talk about the process as well. I think that's about it, really.
Yeah.
That's everything, right?
That's, I think, everything. And I think, this is a newer they're revitalizing the guild build. It hasn't been around for quite some time. In the last couple months, is it's kind of been, it's had this rebirth, and just everyone from this community I know has been a really big active part in that, and you all are doing a fantastic job at helping, you know, revitalize it. And there's no, so for this particular guild build, Aislinn, there's no competition, there's no prize. It's literally share your work, come on the stream, people can call in, chat about the process, and we get to share a bunch of information about, you know, everyone's technique, and try to just, again, inspire everyone within the community. And it's been, I think, a really big hit so far. At least I've really enjoyed participating in the builds and seeing everyone else's work and how they built it and created it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We're having a good time with it.
It's actually kind of nice that it hasn't fully gone back to the way it was in terms of the numbers of entries.
Yeah.
Because the way it's being done now, rather than just being like, oh, here's the best one, vote for this, and there's a prize, which I don't like that kind of system.
Yeah.
Because your best friends are going to vote for the best, or you're not necessarily getting the best crafts at the top, and there shouldn't even be thinking in those terms, I don't think, of best and worst or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, so we've only got, if we get less than 20 builds, then we're not going to go over 3-hour stream.
Yeah, it's definitely more entries. I feel like the numbers increase every month. This is like its third or fourth month now that it's back.
This
I think
is
Second.
third one.
Third, because Wylock hosted the first one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Then you, and then this one, and then the next one.
Scotty, right?
We did ask Zayn, but Zayn's in the middle of a big move.
Yeah.
So Scotty is going to be doing the next one, which will
Nice.
probably will generate quite a lot of entries, I would say.
I would say so too.
Last month was Bridge Ambush.
Bridge Ambush,
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool builds that came out as a result of the Bridge Ambush. Some really creative stuff. This month is Woodland Shrine. Woodland Shrine, which is cool.
I am so close to finishing mine off right now.
Are you?
I think literally just about to
Phrasing.
add some vines and then it'll be done.
I'm not close to finishing mine off, although I did just base, right?
Woodland Shrine.
Base that. Oh, see, yeah. You've had that one already. I love it. That is a Woodland Shrine, though. It's definitely a Woodland Shrine.
Woodland Altar.
Is there any? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I was originally planning to try and get a build video done for this project for tomorrow as well, and just release it all on the same day, but that's not happening. It'll happen sometime this week, a video maybe.
Well, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to see your Woodland Shrine is turning out great so far, my friend. So it'll be fun to check out that footage.
I might
Ashley, are you? What'd you say, bud?
I might do a sneak peek here tonight if I get it finished.
You should do a little sneak peek. I was gonna ask Aislinn, are you working on anything in particular today, or what do you got on the table over there? Tell us a little bit about your build? What are you working on?
I am working on a kind of ruined wizard tower
Nice.
for an upcoming Art of Adventure stream. So I've got my dollar store foam core, and I've got these awesome blocks that I love, and I've only been able to find once. So when I run out of these, I'm going to be really sad because I don't have to cut up a bunch of foam.
Yep.
But it's this like creatology pre-made styrofoam blocks.
Now, I hadn't seen this before, so y'all have to let us know out there in the chat. Have you guys ever heard of this stuff before? Because when Aislinn showed us, I was like, what? I had never seen that. And that's pretty cool. So you got it from, where did you get those creatology foam blocks from?
I got it from Michael's a while back, and kind of just have been using them as I go. I use them for like just simple builds, but they're like nice because you can squish them into whatever shape you need.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using it to like using my nail to kind of break into it to give it texture. So it looks like broken stone.
That's so cool.
especially for this bit right here, because that's right on the broken edge.
That looks awesome. That's some good texture.
Very cool.
Yep. What's the price point on those, Aislinn? Like, how are they? Like, I look at that and I'm gonna go, ooh, that's like that. I'm like, how many bricks do you get for like, what's the bang for the buck on that?
I have no idea anymore.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got these probably a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So I haven't seen them since is the problem.
I
So,
see.
Whatever I have is probably whatever I'll ever have.
Oh man. Well, that'll be that'll make that piece even more awesome for the tabletop. Like, we can't get this material anymore. It's this is the one of the kind build. That'll be awesome. When is that that session happening?
That stream is going to be happening on February 26th, so I'm
Okay.
totally not behind. Totally.
Yeah, you're right on.
PCs over there on the printer
Oh my gosh.
that need to get mailed to Florida.
Oh man. Well, that's all right. Like, how long? So these streams, like, how long does one of the sessions, like, what's an average length for one of the sessions go?
Usually we go between 3. We've gone as high as 6, just because
wow.
everyone's very into that one.
Yep.
But usually around 3 to 4 hours, typical one-shots.
Okay. Yep.
There isn't an overarching story because I give the DM kind of like free reign. Because as not my game, well, I'm playing in it, but
Do you play? That was my next question. Do you play in every session? Is that are you a character in it?
I'm usually a character. For March, I'm actually DMing because we're going to do a women's month stream, so all female creators.
Awesome.
And I'm going to DM that one. I definitely have written it. Totally ready.
Plenty of time, Aislinn.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Well, that's cool. And you're saying, so at the end of each stream, so talk to us again about the process for creating everything. So everyone from the March stream will be creating stuff for the April stream. Is that how that works?
Yep. So the cast from each month passes it on to the next cast. So the people who are creating for this one played in January. The February people will craft for March. March people will craft for April. Blah 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 blah. I end up crafting for all of them because I'm in all of them.
Right. I mean, that's part of the fun, though, is like you get to constantly build for the game. Like that's I build. Perfect. Yeah, it is perfect. Like, I think, I don't know. There's no better. That's who's crafting for our game, right? I don't run our game, but like I'm in constant talks with our DM saying, hey, is there anything you need? Like, what do you want me to build? And like I'm sometimes I'm able to do it and sometimes I'm not. Like, or sometimes we don't have something.
Okay.
Say again.
She saw the comment. I was going to say.
I'm looking for the item number.
Oh no! What was the comment? I didn't see it.
They were looking for that item number on the craft blocks.
That would require me to know where to find an item box.
Oh man, I don't know. I think it's awesome that you get to craft a little something for the game each month. What do you think? Are you
what does the front of it say? I'll try and Google it. Let's see.
Creatology project bricks.
Creatology.
Okay. You can buy them at Walmart.
Okay.
And Dick Blick Art Supplies.
What was that?
Dick Blick Art Supplies. You just want me to say Dick?
But yeah, he just wanted you to say Dick again.
When I was in art school, it was called Dick Blick Art Supplies. I don't know.
It's Blick now. It's just Blick. Weird. I wonder why.
Oh, they dropped the Dick.
I wonder why. Why do they do that? Why would you drop that? Don't drop that. Oh.
Complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It looks like it's about $20 for a box.
$20. And how many bricks do we know? Do we remember?
285.
Whoa,
Yep.
that's a lot. That's a lot. That's.
Like this box is still half full, and I've made a number of things with it.
Oh, that's cool.
There, I'm dropping the
Is it half
Try and
full or
drop
is
the
it half
Amazon
empty?
link.
That's the question.
It's always half full.
Yeah, yeah. We are not at all sponsored by Magic Bricks, but we.
But
are
if you want to get in contact,
yeah. You should contact Aislinn because Aislinn is building cool stuff with your product. That's super cool. I like figuring out.
Alright, I dropped the
crafting
link.
supplies.
That's the Amazon link.
Excellent.
So
That's great because I was definitely looking at my half full box, going, "Man, I'm gonna run out of these soon."
So Aislinn, what in your mind, if you with the budget DM approach and to crafting, what is your favorite? Like, what are some of your favorite go-to tips for budget crafting to create really cool stuff for a budget friendly hobby?
Be a hoarder.
Check.
Throw
Check
nothing
and check.
away.
Check and check. Don't call us what we really are.
So much garbage.
Don't call us what we are, Aislinn.
Let's
I
see.
resemble that remark.
Yes.
Just all the extra foam core. I've got what else is lying around here? All the I have a plan for these at least. But all the capital for making that weapon. Have any of you seen Onward?
Yes.
Oh, I
love that movie.
It's so
Okay, you
good.
know the dragon, the stone dragon?
Yeah.
My dogs destroyed a toy, so I took all that fluff, and it's now in a bag. I'm going to dye it red, so it'll be the smoke underneath, and
cool.
use all of these bits of cardboard as the stone pieces, and make
Oh,
myself a stone dragon.
that's gonna be a great build.
My ambitious plan that I have gotten 0% done.
That movie is very underrated. It did not do well in the box
Well,
office.
it
but
also
was a
got
good movie.
crushed. It was right when the pandemic shut
Or
everything
COVID.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And they released it a couple weeks after it came to
Afterwards.
theaters.
Oh, I was
My
so
daughter
thankful.
just got into it.
Did she watch it?
Yeah, literally for the first time the other day, and I was
Oh.
just so happy. I was just this is awesome.
It's definitely one of my favorite movies. I was sitting there
I
at
love
home watching it and then, bawling my eyes out the whole time. Oh, so good. It's so
I'm a
good.
sucker for good family dynamics.
Yep.
Yep.
And
I've
it's-
literally just finished my diorama.
Encanto made me bawl.
Yep,
Too.
I cried at that one too. I was crying in Encanto. My son is in love with that movie. He has watched it 3 times now. He watched it last weekend with his bestie. So our son Aislinn is 5.5, and his bestie lives right next door. And she's 2 weeks older than him, so they've known each other since they were 6 months old. So
Aww.
yeah, they are definitely buddies for life. They have a Wonder Years thing going on right now, is what they've got.
So Encanto is massive here as well.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
You know
It's so
the
good.
strong girl in it who
Louisa.
Yeah.
and she has that song in the middle where she
It's a bop.
And right, so whenever that song's going on, my daughter, she's 3, she's literally running around the living room, doing the poses, and then she'll lift the cushions off the sofa and hold the cushions up above her head, and
Yep.
rolling them across the room.
That's my favorite song from the movie. So
Yeah.
I had just gotten it out of my head, so thank you. It's okay. It had been replaced with "We Don't Talk About Bruno," so
they're
yeah.
about equal.
it's now just going back and forth.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing as well. The other day, I went in to help my wife at her work. I was doing some just odd jobs around the building, and she was in the office, and she was sitting at the office table singing, talking about Bruno.
It has surpassed Let It Go. So
Really?
It is,
Yeah.
Officially.
it is one of two Disney songs to ever make it to #1 on the top 100 chart. The other one is A Whole New World, which has been up for longer, and we'll see if it beats it. I literally watched that in a video, and then we went to trivia the next day, and it was the final question. And I'm sitting there going, I know this. I never
know it. I'm gonna crush this. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
I came prepped.
I am a sucker for Disney.
Disney music, I'm on it.
Yep. I used to work at a Hollywood Video, and that was my first job.
Video.
And for a while, like, all you could like, when it's daytime, you can only play Disney or G-rated movies, right? So you're not. You can't walk in and have Pulp Fiction playing in the background at 11 a.m. on a Saturday, right? I think before then I was like pretty well like versed, and I was pretty spot on with all my Disney musical exploits. But after working there, the Disney musical game got upped. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Just posting a new link for the Discord because it seems that people are having trouble getting in.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not hard to get in. You just gotta have a link, yo. You just gotta have a link. Alright, I am not using budget crafting philosophy on this build right now, but it's certainly gonna look cool.
That's the priority.
That's the priority.
What are you using there?
I'm using Geek Gaming Scenic stuff for my base, all the base ready stuff.
Definitely not budget.
Nope, nope. But man, does it look good? I'll take it. So I'll let you guys know. Like I'm building this woodland shrine, but what I really wanted to do is I wanted to participate in the guild build, but also I don't have tree scatter terrain for my campaign, so I wanted to build a little bit of forest scatter terrain to have for my tabletop. So I'm building this shrine. Will be able to get placed on it, but I want to do more extensive stuff with the shrine today. So I guess I'll take. I'm open to suggestions. Like I'm thinking about populating this. Show you all up here so you can see it on the stream webcam right up here for Michael, Zayn, and Aislinn. This is my little stone template. I've got like a little carving in here in the middle that could be some like ruin action, but I want to populate the steps here with different components. I was thinking like what are some looking up some material components for certain spells and trying to populate that on there might be kind of cool. So maybe I get like
some
moss, like he said, some moss would be cool. I mean, I've got that. I definitely have that dollar store moss laying around. I've got skulls. I thought it might be kind of cool to make some candles, but like other just like little components, like some components require a diamond, right, or a gem.
I was gonna say, what about some crystals or something?
Yeah, that might be kind of cool.
Make those out of hot glue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's walk through that. How do I do that? I've never done that before, Aislinn.
Let's see. Let me go grab some.
I'm gonna plug my hot glue gun in, and we will be able to do this right here on the
Oh,
screen.
no,
And I'm knocking over more stuff.
Just a
God
stick.
damn
You
it.
just need one of these.
You don't need to plug
Colin.
it in.
What?
You just
You
need
don't
one
need
of
to plug
these.
in.
Great, cool. I'm glad I almost upended all of my stuff for that. I will get a stick.
And you're gonna need a knife, I reckon.
A knife. I have a knife. Everyone was like, "Don't turn on your hot glue gun, Colin. You'll hurt yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it."
Yeah, and now that you're using a knife, cut away from yourself.
Yeah. So essentially, you're taking the hot
Those
glue
are cool.
and you are. This is legitimately the first thing I ever posted on Instagram. You just take the hot glue. I use like the really skinny dollar store glue.
Yeah. That's what I got.
And you're just like curving it into a crystal shape, and then you take all the like shrapnel and you put those in a bag and you use it as like the tiny crystals around your big ones.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
And then it's just on a cork that I cut, and that's it.
Nice.
That is epic. I love it. Well, here we go.
And
That's
you
what
can put
I'm
an
gonna do.
LED under it.
Yeah, you can do that if you're fancy.
If you're fancy. if you're fancy. I love it. What a great tip, Aislinn. And I didn't even have to plug in the hot glue gun for it. I like stuff that requires no, like, it takes away a step, right? Like, that's why I like, it's just an easy process to go through. All right, I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut it up.
Carl says bat guano.
Bat guano?
Yeah,
Bat guano on my shrine. You want me to throw a little bit of white paint on there, right? Guano.
Ace Ventura.
I cannot think of anything but Ace Ventura if guano is in the conversation. That's for sure. Okay.
So fun fact, when I first started crafting, I refused to try XPS foam. So I worked exclusively with the dollar store foam core. So when I first released my channel, it was in the title was budget friendly, like all this and that. And then quickly, like weeks later, I was like, nope, screw this. And I went on a spending spree and dropped all the budget friendliness.
I still don't use XPS really. It's more of a I've never used it, so I don't know how to work with it as well. I use a lot of like packing material because we get a lot of Amazon boxes. So most of my stuff is made of like cardboard or like the packing styrofoam. Like I have
like the extruded polystyrene
tumbler and some other stuff, and it comes with packing material. So I have a few round ones that I'm going to turn into fighting pits.
Oh,
so
nice.
They're in the garage.
I hate touching that stuff. Because I don't know.
You cannot spray paint it, so you do have to hand paint that first layer. But I do like a layer of paper. I've found that you can just do like a layer of paper mache on top, and then paint that, and it already has a bit of texture, which is nice. And it gives it a little more strength. So I used that. The box. So we'd gotten something from IKEA, or my friend had gotten something from IKEA, and we tore apart the box, took the like the styrofoam, and made a hive. Because the IKEA cardboard is that like really thick stuff, and you pull out one end, and it's like honeycomb. So we made a whole hive, just using an IKEA box.
I love that.
Do you make your own flocking as well?
It's the only thing I've ever airbrushed.
Oh, you were away. You weren't even there.
Hi.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a hive. So it's styrofoam, and then the paper mache. You do a layer of dollar store tinfoil with a layer of cheap napkin, and it makes a nice sturdy wall. And then the layer of this stuff.
Cool.
I love that.
I would definitely say airbrush would probably benefit that with all the crevices.
Yeah.
Not like
the only thing I've ever airbrushed. I have not even set up my own airbrush at my friend's house.
That's really cool. I have a couple of trays from the giant chicken pot pies from Costco, and I want to turn those into fighting pits. That's what I'm thinking about repurposing and trying to use.
Lisa says, Aislinn, you're my new hero. Aislinn, you're my new hero.
Yep. quickly inspire. Like it's just I love the fact how on the tutorials that I've seen on your Instagram, Aislinn, where you take something that's pre-existing and altering it. That's a big inspiration and part of my craft as well. And I love taking something that's pre-existing and how can we transform it to the tabletop. You were doing that with those little villages and repainting the little ceramic villages. That was when I was like, oh, that's such a great way to create a city's town. Like, because you think about all the time it goes into taking, like when I see a really awesome build with XPS foam and I'm like, oh, that's great, that's so good. But I love finding ways to craft you know, more economically, but also quicker. That's just quicker too. You can make
I
whole
only had
village
to
out
paint.
of those.
I didn't have to do the build.
It's so
I
cool.
just used some Tamiya primer rattle can and boom, easy. And some of them were fine. Like some of those I never ended up painting because they looked okay.
Yeah.
They weren't like green.
So their spring collection, they have a lot of the fairy stuff, fairy garden stuff right now, and there's a lot of cool, useful things in that.
Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, a friend of mine has just jumped into the stream. Hey, John Atfield.
Hey, John.
You know what? Actually, while he's there, if you don't mind, I'm going to drop a link to his Instagram
No, please.
because he's an awesome artist and big time into D&D and stuff. So yeah, definitely check out his stuff here. 1 second.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Thanks
guys,
for.
this is a long time friend of mine in London. We used to go to gigs together and stuff like that. And we also played like a 1.5 or 2 year campaign of D&D.
Yeah. Well, thanks for dropping by, John, today, and we're excited. I'm excited to check out your Instagram.
It's coming right up.
We also got a suggestion from John McGower's Ghost. He said whole cumin painted yellow looks like corn in its husk.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen a whole cumin, so let me Google that.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, it does look like corn.
Well, there you go. All the learning.
Cool. I love
All right.
learning new things, and I like cumin. So
I've got my first crystal.
Hey.
I think it's too big, and I'm not happy with it. But it's pretty. It's a work. It's the first one. I give myself a little break. I love it. I think this knife is also. I think this blade is not. I probably shouldn't be doing fine cuts with this blade, but it's a little dull. Might need to switch this one out, but that's all right. Yes. All right. Yeah. Oh my God, that crystal is. It's too big. This crystal's too big. I can't do this crystal. It's just like if it were sitting on the thing, you're like, what are we worshiping here? I'm not quite sure. Like I don't know what we're worshiping here on this altar. Hold on, to show everyone here on the stream.
Also, welcome, Stefano.
Stefano, welcome. Hold on, let's go this over. Yeah, I don't know quite what we're worshiping here. we need to cut this down a little bit more. Okay.
A little phallic.
Yeah, just a titch. Maybe
Okay.
not quite what I'm going for.
So it's for a love goddess.
Yeah, there we go.
There you
Okay, there we go. Maybe it's for the love
Just in
goddess.
time for Valentine's
It's
Day.
February. Like
That's
just roll
right.
with it.
Roll
Oh,
with
yeah.
it.
Yay, we got a Russian bot.
Monday.
Russian bot. All right.
Actually, I don't even know if it's Russian. Kifkid.
Yeah, it's Russian.
I'm going to move on to painting a mini. Ooh, going to paint a giant.
Nice.
This was actually printed off for me by Joe from Encounter Terrain.
Oh, nice. You got
Or Encounter Prints.
Encounter Prince. Who's it?
I take full responsibility for Joe 3D printing because he refused until he met me. So
I mean, that's kind of your whole,
created a monster.
you've created several monsters with that, which is good. Like I think again, I say it often, no one's quite doing, like there's some folks that are incorporating Blender. Like I was when Neil from Real Terrain Hobbies, and this is not a diss on Neil at all, I love his channel, but when he was just like, I'm gonna make an awesome castle and I'm gonna create all the templates in Blender for this castle, I'm like lovely, go check out Zayn Morgan Crafts, Neil, and you'll see how to use Blender for your things.
I was actually chatting to Neil this afternoon.
Neil's fucking
Were
cool.
you? Were you? What were you chatting with Neil about?
So he's in on the next Zorp build.
Okay.
And I just kind of was like, hey, this is my opportunity to say hello. So I sent him a friend request on Discord, and he just message back saying, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah blah blah. It was very.
He seems like a super chill,
Dude,
super nice dude.
He is one of the nicest
Yeah.
people there, and that comes across in his videos as well. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it does.
He's
I like his
chill,
stuff.
man.
Yeah. His wizard. Have you seen his You're talking about wizard towers. If you ever get a chance and you've got 50 minutes to kill, Aislinn, go watch Neil from Real Terrain Hobbies, his wizard tower build. If you haven't seen it, it's like I lose my mind. I'm like, this is so amazing. I like big intricate stuff like that, and I like Neil's whole aesthetic of it looking like it's just a minute. Like it looks like we could film if we put hobbits in it, and like we filmed it from afar, we could throw it on the big screen. That's like the quality of it. I like that stuff. Yeah, his stuff looks good. His stuff looks good.
I'm gonna try and get quite friendly, and then see if he'll give me access to those Hobbit Hole STL files.
Oh well.
Or you could just back him.
I'm going.
Right.
I mean, that's the other. Like, if he doesn't, like, I'm joking. Really, I will buy them.
I backed that one. So
You got them.
There you go. Get him from Colin.
There you go. You will not have to search far. I mean, I was just like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I'd like to make that, and I also thought it would be cool. I thought about printing them up and making some for Richard, because I know Richard's a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and so is his wife. So I thought, like, oh, that might be kind of a nice little.
I think the only person who isn't is Cross.
Yeah, we found that out last stream. That's what happened. That's why we haven't streamed in a couple weeks.
We shut down the stream because of Cross.
No, that's not true. Ooh, that's looking good.
Isn't that a cool mini?
That's a cool mini. I like that mini. Quotes, air quotes, mini. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna base him up on some standing stones around him.
So, Aislinn, how many episodes have you done of the Art of Adventures? Like 14 now?
This will be episode 14.
Wow.
14. Yes.
Wow.
Plus a PvP.
Okay.
What'd you do? How did the PvP work? Was it just one-on-one?
It was two teams of 3, and it was capture the flag.
Oh, that's cool.
And we also had like a bunch of ways for the audience to participate, and it was chaos in the best way possible.
Nice. Nice.
Was that a Halloween one or?
That was the December one, because we realized that everyone would be busy with holiday stuff, so we didn't make our crafters do things over that time.
Oh, makes sense. That's cool. I got to check that one out.
That one was really fun. I need to upload it to YouTube.
That's right. She's also on YouTube. So
well, we have to make sure we link that up there too,
so that I have VODs.
Link for that.
Yeah,
I'll get it.
We'll definitely get that up there, and we'll make sure we post that post stream too in the description, so everyone can check that out. This is also a good time to remind everyone, if you have not done so and you're just discovering Aislinn and Dollar Store DM, we're going to get a link to the YouTube up there, but you can head on over to Instagram and follow Aislinn at Dollar Store DM. You can head over to Twitch, The Art of Adventure. Is that right? The Art of Adventure as well?
Everything is under Dollar
Store
DM. I can say my name. I know how to say it.
Be sure to head on over to Twitch. Follow on Twitch so you can catch one of the streams as well as all the back streams. And
she also posted on her Instagram.
Yeah, all my links
when
are
she's live
in
streaming.
my bio on Instagram.
Perfect.
It's kind of like my directory.
Excellent. Head on over to the Instagram, follow that link tree, and go down the Dollar Store DM rabbit hole that is amazing and full of super cool content.
I'm just gonna post the link tree link.
Do it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Do it. That's the better idea. They're smart.
Probably makes sense.
Probably makes sense. In addition to all the other amazing, you have got some other amazing creators. If you're not familiar with them, Zayn Morgan. Head on over to Zayn Morgan's, all his social medias, which he does use, and you can follow him over there, as well as Michael Patterson. And if you're enjoying this live stream today, be sure to give it a like and subscribe and comment after the stream. That's another thing. Y'all are
that's the
doing
biggie.
an amazing job of leaving a comment after the streams. Keep that up. That helps boost the word out about this stream, and we can continue spreading the word about all these amazing folks that we get to hang out with and come on the stream. This is an absolute blast. How everyone's like, I was like, I thought for a second, Michael was like, yo. He was getting like the Arsenio Hall like hype going on for all the streams as we were pumping everything there. Aislinn, let's take.
Used to shaking my paints above camera level.
Yeah, you've learned.
Why? What happens if you shift it below camera? Shift it below.
People take videos.
No, Zayn doesn't just take video. Zayn takes audio. Zayn is on the prowl for any moment at time, like to turn you into the next internet viral sensation. Aislinn, how's the tower coming along? Let's check it out. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so cool. I love those bricks. I like because
awesome.
so many of our
you can even like keep the color.
Yeah.
I don't have to paint it. I'm gonna do like a wash, and that's roughly about it. I do have like shrapnel all over me though, because like it.
Sign of a good crafting session.
Yeah. So
that's
first
cool.
first floor.
Are you gonna? So you're gonna do multiple levels with it?
Yeah, I am.
What are your other thoughts with it? What? I think that's.
It's a matter of like how many bricks do I have? I need to make 3 stories. So I'll probably end up doing 3, and then like I need to measure how big this circle is, make a floor, and then build up another 3 high wall, and then a floor and another 3 high wall.
What do you think?
To be fair, you could just make a basic one and then reuse it for different floors and decorate it differently.
So I only need to make 2. You're smart.
Save some bricks.
Morgan. Save some bricks. You're also talking to the guy who builds only in gigantic. So you like some levels too. But I think that's a really good idea. What are you going to do for the floor? How are you going to make the floor?
It'd be about like yay tall.
I'm all about that. When you lay. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like any time you put a piece of terrain that you've created on the tabletop, it automatically. I don't know. For me, it enhances the overall gameplay and experience immediately because again, it's someone has taken the time and effort to put that forth and immerse everyone. Yeah. I think. Are you going to use? How are you going to make the floor? What are you thinking about the floor? Are you going to use the foam core right there? Yep.
It's just gonna be foam core.
That's my favorite wood floor texture out of foam is the dollar store foam core and how you can turn it into wood. That's my favorite material to use.
You.
Yep. What else? Again, if y'all have any questions out there in the chat for Aislinn, put them forth out there. You guys can, we can throw these answers out there. Lil Gwen's in the house. Welcome, Lil Gwen. Welcome to the stream. What are those bricks made of? Those
styrofoam.
Bricks, yeah, styrofoam. Prefab foam bricks.
Pre-painted.
Yeah.
The styrofoam is a bitch to paint.
Wait, you guys like Lord of the Rings? I know. It's shocking, right? McWolf and Sons.
Wow, Doug,
stream,
really?
By the way. Yeah, it's like... shocking. Sorry, revealers and spoiler alerts of everyone here. We do enjoy Lord of the Rings.
Carl wants to know, Crazy Crafter, even herringbone?
Yeah, I love herringbone. I love herringbone so much that I will use the jig that Carl created watching my stream. He's like, wait a minute, let's create a solution. I like that herringbone. Or Gerard I think has a herringbone texture roller now, right?
Does, yeah. Well, I think he already had it.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean, what has he not made?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Hey, David. He told us how to pronounce it. It's just David, I think.
Is it David?
I believe so.
Oh, that's a great time to remind everyone. The next couple weeks, we're gonna have have Terraintronics on the stream. We got a couple weeks that are going to be reoccurring. We'll have David back on the stream. I think I'm saying that right now. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Us.
Well, it's a Welsh pronunciation and the spelling. I know a few Daffids.
Oh, so
Welsh.
Anyway, we promise we will get your name right before you.
Oh Christ! Here we go.
On the stream.
No, we won't. We won't because we're still getting Tina and Sander wrong. Sonder.
Apparently we're saying Stefano wrong too. So.
Dang it! We're hopefully we've gotten Ash.
I'm American. I'm from
right.
Florida. I don't pronounce things properly.
Oh my gosh.
David.
David.
Not too posh on the H. David. Well, Aislinn, David's coming on. I don't know if you're familiar with Terraintronics, but he's got a bunch of really cool electronic setup to incorporate into his builds. He's a big resource and helps out. He just helps out the whole crafting community. But John Lombardi has used a lot of his products on Tabletop Witchcraft, and he sent us some care packages from Terraintronics, and we're going to build. I think, and the hope, like I want to build, like we have stuff to build like traps in a dungeon room, right? Like we've got all sorts of.
You've got it really hard not to start using the stuff that you sent us.
I had to like retape it and put it away, except the coaster. I've been using the coaster, which is super cool. But like, yeah, we're looking forward to that stream, buddy, and that'll be a fun time over the next couple of weeks having you back on. Is this something that have you been on? Have you been on other streams before, Aislinn, kind of doing this same like Q&A before? Is this your first time doing this?
Jay's. So
you were on Jay's. Oh, cool, nice. When were you on Jay's? When were you on Jay's? When did that episode?
A while back. It's been a minute. Had a bunch of fun. He's such a good guy.
Cool.
Cool. Did he have questions for
Jay
you?
always says cool.
Oh yeah.
He had questions for you?
All kinds of questions. But mostly like just hanging out and shooting the shit. And then it's kind of like evolved into him, me, Pepperina Sparkle Gem, and Got DM have done a few things together.
Yeah. Those are all really awesome creators. The Instagram community is man, it's rife with so many awesome creators. Like I feel like I don't know if this is the case, but I feel over the last couple of years it's just even blossomed even more, and I think part of that is because of COVID and kind of having folks finding a way to not only create but also a way to connect with one another. That's been a biggest challenge, which is one of the really great things that I really appreciate about the art of adventure is that I don't know, just I love the fact that any creator that gives other folks a chance to connect and see how D&D is played, what it's like, and in addition, like not only that, y'all are creating the terrain and miniatures for each other too, which I think is pretty next level. That's just a great way to keep a budding community just connected and engaged with each other. Super cool.
I mean, that's how I connected with Aislinn through Instagram. So.
Yep.
It's been a great way of finding people and growing as a creator and.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Happy. Touchy-feely things.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's all about showing that love and support for your fellow creators.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am very thankful for all of you.
It's true.
Don't make me cry. I'll show what I've been working on.
Oh yeah.
So my next big Patreon release is going to be 3D printable dungeon tiles because back. Ooh, you okay?
Yep, hot glue,
Oh,
the best.
Colin feels you there.
I've got a scar the shape of the Seattle Seahawks logo on my leg or my calf. So gnarly. Anyway, go on, Zane.
Yeah, so one of my original Blender file packs was sewer tile add-ons that you could add to your foam terrain. But I noticed there's a market for just fully 3D printed terrain pieces for those who don't have the time or don't think they have the skill set to start crafting. So I started developing some modular pieces to put together, and I'm working on the system. So I was running some test prints on my FDM printer, which is new to me because I primarily work with resin printers. But yeah, so I'm working on a system in Blender right now.
So, like, people love sewer tiles. Those are going to do well, man.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Have you did you just show it out? Have you printed one? Did you show it right now on the stream?
Yeah,
I was down carving. Let me see it again. Dude.
So here's one of the examples of a section. I have different versions. Some have pipes. I have corner pieces. Yeah. Thank you.
Love it. It's cool.
I need a build.
But as Tina said, I showed her a preview and she was like, well, I could just make that out of foam. Yes, you could. But this is for the people who don't want to do that. So,
Tina, you can make anything out of foam.
Tina can blink and there will be a masterpiece of foam. So
yeah, that's true. One of our, I think, well, certainly one of probably my favorite crafter. I'm kind of yeah. We hashtag love that Tina. It's amazing.
It's like for us, like, you know, in the Matrix where he goes to see the Oracle, that's the way I see.
Yeah.
Even today, like on this Woodland Shrine build, like I'm using techniques that I learned off Tina.
Yep.
And, like, you know, so she's not a content creator, and that's the best thing about getting to know like the community is that you don't just have to learn off YouTube. You can learn off people you're just hanging out with in chats and.
I would not be where I am at right now if it wasn't for learning things from other people. So that's one of the other wealths of connecting with people and watching content is expanding your skill.
100%.
Yep. Where should I get to? Hot dang, Zane, is what Carl is saying. I use Blender to make margaritas. Doug. That's not bad. That sounds good. Margarita sounds good right about now.
I haven't had a good margarita in a while.
I haven't had a margarita in it's been a while. The last time I had them was when Chris made them for when we were still playing online. Our campaign, and he made margaritas one night, and I kept running over next door and getting them, and I'm a giant lightweight, and I can't do it. So like I had one, and I was like, woo, I rage, let's go. Yeah.
I'm not a big drinker, but last time I drank, I want to say it was New Year's or something. We just did tequila shots.
Oh,
so
just tequila shots.
I can't do shots.
I can't.
Like, drinking's not the problem.
Right.
I had a margarita earlier this week.
I thought you were going to say earlier today. I was like, is that the morning?
Blended or on the rocks? What's your preference, Aislinn?
I prefer on the rocks because I like a fancy bougie margarita.
Prefer frozen.
The bougie.
Someone puts it in front of me, I'll drink it.
Not picky, huh? Not picky.
Well, I mean, I do have my preferences, but you know, I like. If it gets put down on the table, it's not staying there.
If it's not a margarita, Aislinn, what's the favorite beverage, or maybe margarita is the favorite beverage?
I'm in general a beer drinker, but that's because I'm from California and particularly San Diego, where we have
Battle Mage. Battle Mage is not.
Battle Mage is so great.
We had our 1-year anniversary of our D&D campaign. We took it on the road and we went down to Battle Mage that day and spent a whole day drinking and playing at Battle Mage. It was awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
What is? I thought it like up until you said that, I thought it was a beer or something. What
Yeah,
is
so
that?
did I.
It's a brewery. It's a brewery.
Oh, okay.
It's a
But it's
brewery,
like
and
nerdy, and people play D&D there.
yeah,
That sounds.
you can
That's
have. It's like first come first serve. They have like rooms on the side. Like this was in it was the end of January of 2020 when we were last there.
Ooh,
gotta
John Atfield. Sorry, I agree with him. He said Jack Daniels and Coke. I like a Jack and Coke.
Ugh.
Jack and Coke.
I don't
I-
like Coke in general, so
Oh, it's not. I'm with you. I prefer whiskey, like whiskey just on the rocks, whiskey on the rocks, sipping away. Whiskey sour is good. I do enjoy a good old fashioned as well, but like whiskey sour is good. Like that's tasty too. Yeah.
I like them fruity.
Fruity's good too. I like fruity.
I like my fruity drinks.
I also like cosmopolitans. I like cosmopolitans. When I first drink, when I order it and I go to New York, I'm ordering a Cosmo in New York. That's what's happening. I want to feel fancy as F in New York.
I just learned, this is kind of not related, but so here in Chicago, the Restoration Hardware, which if you don't know Restoration Hardware, it's super bougie luxury furniture brand.
it's dumb.
Yeah,
It's
the building here, they had this art center that they bought. It was in disrepair. They built it back up, and now the whole building is a Restoration Hardware store, but also it's a restaurant. So like anywhere there's a chair, you can sit and eat and drink. And I totally want to check it out and go.
Wow.
But that's my cup of tea. And there's a 3-story Starbucks here. And they don't serve normal Starbucks drinks. It's all like they have food, they have alcohol, they have different things. So I gotta check that part out. Also, Beer Fest is starting again in March here, so that's
Beer
cool.
Fest. Has it not? It's not been a year since Beer Fest when Amy came out, has it?
No. It's twice annual.
Okay.
Biannual. Not biannual, twice annual. Yeah. But they shut down the Field Museum, and they have like 100 different beer vendors come in, and it's all you can drink, and you walk around the museum.
All you can drink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
But you have to have one drink at a time. But yes.
Even so, that would be carnage.
Amy and I went VIP, so we had an hour head start.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Get it early. Get it early.
Super.
So what have I been doing? Where is this thing at?
Also, I think I just contradicted myself because I said I don't drink.
Yeah, you're a fibber.
I don't drink except for when I do, and then I drink.
I don't
Right.
drink except for every day. No,
No, not every day.
you don't drink every day.
I am a lightweight though.
I put this glove on and I didn't realize that I was like, oh, I guess I push that one. That one's gonna burst through. That's cool. We're
That's
gonna
what you
leave.
quickly slip on the one ring.
Yeah. The one ring is on there. Like the wedding ring is on there. Like it's already on there. Maybe I don't know. Like I've never had that happen. Burst through the thing, like fingerless crafting gloves. That could be a new thing. That would be trendy,
Yeah, that
right?
sounds super useful.
Like, what's the point?
Hyper
Oh my gosh! All right. I've been making a bunch of rocks. So I don't know if you guys how you texture your rocks, or I found this was me hanging out crafting last night. I kind of discovered this, and I don't know if anyone else has done this already, but I found a really cool way to texture rocks, and or you could make wood really quickly out of it. So I wanted to just take a minute and show you guys that. So I'll pop over to my crafting cam here. So I have a hot wire knife again, which is lovely. The old one was very cheap; it fell apart, so I got one. I haven't really been using it as of late, but this was kind of inspired with a couple different things. I had a bunch of spare foam. I'm creating these rocks for the Woodland Shrine build, and I wasn't just happy with kind of tearing away chunks of it like I'd cut it with the knife before or just tinfoil. So I kind of went back in with the hot wire knife last night. I'll show you up here, Michael, Aislinn, and Zayn too. You guys can see this, and I started creating this texture on the side of the rock, which I thought could look really good for ice. It could look good for stone, and then you can even make it with little tree stumps. So this one was inspired by Art Jeremiah and his little tree stumps he's been making, and I was just like, those are amazing. How do I make them? So I'll show you. Like, this is kind of like if I wanted to make a quick little rock. So I'll let this warm up, and then I'll kind of walk you all through this. What is your favorite way to texture rock out there in the chat? And also, Zayn, Michael, and Aislinn, I want to hear how you guys.
Yeah, so Interiors just asked, what are the ways each of you make bark on your wire trees?
There you go.
So for me, I stole Joe's method from Encounter Train of just taking the pipe cleaners and melting the pipe cleaners with a lighter, and that creates a cool, unique texture on its own. But if I want to amp it up, I'll just go over it with a hot glue gun and texture it that way.
Nice.
For
super
me,
cool.
it's exclusively string and hot glue all the way. It's a much longer process.
It looks really cool.
But I love the final result. I was actually literally doing it this morning, and I have a tree. So.
Yep.
I love it. Hot glue and brown string, you know, the kind of twine that you would wrap around like farming or like gardening parcels, or you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we just call it twine here.
Nothing.
What about you, Aislinn?
I also do the pipe cleaner, or I do tin foil with paper mache on top of it because I'm consistent.
Have you heard where the gnomes are? It's a YouTube channel, Aislinn.
I have not.
Or where the gnomes live, I believe. I can't remember her name. I've reached out to see if she wants to come on the stream, but I never heard back from her. She does a tinfoil and makes her own like paper clay, and it looks so good. Her stuff is so good. I'll have to send you a link to it and check it out. Yeah. So I kind of just dab this on here like that to give that little bark texture, and then from there you can take whatever quickest way. Just take a pencil, carve the bark outside, and then you get the rings in the middle, and you have a little stump. Or you can turn it into a piece, a rock as well. But I like this. I like this new way of texturing. This is I've been I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of the old texture that I'd been creating with everything else, and I really enjoy this new way of texturing.
Because I'm looking at Zoom here, I can't see what you're doing. So is
I'll
it
show
like
you.
similar to what you do with the XPS foams then?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Are you doing?
But what I was gonna say, it's the hot wire knife in itself is cool in that when you touch it to the XPS foam, it creates a texture, and it hardens to a certain degree, and you'll get an interesting texture that way. But yeah, I mean, I almost exclusively use the hot wire knife when I'm making rock formations and landscaping.
Is that well, maybe that's where I've gotten it before then, because you've done that.
Earlier I was going to say, do you ever watch Zayn's videos?
I was going to say, I was just like, so that's just the thing. Like, it's so funny. Like, I've seen all your stuff, but like, it's never it's never occurred to me. Like, I've never pieced it. And like, I think when I'm watching it too, like I'm thinking about, I really like, Zayn, how you get texture with the big wire, the Y-shaped wire. This one right here. I think you get really good texture when you use this particular.
Well, I just started using that. Yeah.
I really like all that texture.
Second level is looking good.
Yeah, you are making another level. That looks dope. That's a good action.
Like a bone down the stairs. Clunk, 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 clunk.
You might have to introduce everyone to your awesome little dog.
Yeah.
Willow.
Yeah.
Quite little.
Oh, that's Bandit.
When I was in the
Save
park,
Bandit!
I saw someone walking a
Buddy.
great dane
Oh,
today.
buddy. Hi. It's okay. It's okay.
Aww,
Oh, there he is. This is Bandit.
cute.
Hi, buddy. I know you're a nervous boy. He's named after an NPC.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Willow, come here. You're much more complacent. Hello, baby. And this is Willow. She's the baby.
Aww.
The ears.
Puppers.
I know. She's too pretty for her own good.
Oh.
Oh,
So cute.
Yep. Yep.
But
I know, and you know you're pretty.
it's a big no from Lucy. Dog.
A big no.
So, question for you, Ashton. Are you gonna use magnets to combine, or are you just gonna use weight to just hold it on?
Just gonna,
Cool.
because I'm
Nice.
stupid.
It's perfect.
Cool. Now that I have measured that out, this guy can go hang out over here. And we build on there.
Nice. I feel like I have to use magnets for my stuff because it gets really tall and it needs to stay together.
Yeah, we'll see. I have magnets.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they do sell them at the dollar store.
yeah.
I haven't seen the real small ones, but they definitely have like refrigerator magnet bases.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even though you're called Dollar Store DM, you are allowed to use other stuff. It's not like
Yeah, I don't limit myself. It's primarily dollar store stuff, but that's just because I'm cheap.
Okay, what's the most expensive dollar store haul you've done?
Oh.
Like, just the receipt was
In one go. In one go, yeah.
I think I got like $20.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
also someone who I'm not an impulse buyer.
Okay.
If I'm buying things, it's because I went there for that thing.
Mm.
I'm the one to send to Costco.
You're the one that's on the Target, because for me, I walk into Target and I leave with everything. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I definitely am that impulse buyer, Aislinn, for sure.
My husband.
Yeah.
I went to the craft store the other day just to clear my head, and I walked out with 3 things. So, and it was like $50 worth of stuff. So
I'm lazy. I do pretty much
Something I saw at the craft store, which it was way too expensive for me to impulse buy. It's like $50. They have these like long, because it's spring, like the grass mats.
mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I want it. And then I saw someone, I don't remember who, it was someone on TikTok, had gone to like a miniatures convention, and this diorama had been made using like a shag rug that they like shaved down and then painted to be like the grass, and it was really cool.
That's cool.
So
I've
now,
seen the rolls of what is it, like moss and stuff, and they'll go on sale every once in a while. But I haven't seen the grass.
Yeah. I like the coconut
check it
husk
out.
fibers. Whenever I bought this was last year when the coconut husk fibers at Joann's went on sale, and I was like, yoink! They were 70% off. I have like, I still have two rolls of it over here. Bought 3, I think, when it came out. like that
I
coconut.
want to see you make a roof with it.
In our there's like a pet section in ours, and well, we call it a pound store, and you can get big bags of bark, like just bark chips.
Oh,
I use that all the time.
yeah, the bark chips are great. Let's talk about great texture. I'm looking at that dwarven cemetery every day right across from me here, Michael, with all that awesome bark that you laid on that thing. Still one of my favorite things you've ever built.
I'm jealous, and I hope that one day that we can actually be in the same room and play on that thing.
We will. With that, when that happens, that'll be the thing that we have to bust out. When Michael and I first connected, Aislinn, he made a dungeon in a box essentially, and he made a dwarven, based on my character for D&D, he's a dwarf, so he made a dwarven cemetery. And at the time, Michael's channel was still so young at that moment in time. And he was carving dwarven pillars out of solid pieces of XPS. So he had these dwarven pillars that he'd carved and he put on it and all this stuff. So you lift up the top of the box, and there's a tomb on the left side of it that opens up to an underground stairwell that descends down into the dungeon. So he carved up all these different rooms, made all these rooms, and then I made the furniture and like kind of populated the interior of the dungeon and decorate. Yeah, that was a fun build, and he got to. I just realized I didn't do anything for that collaboration. I just made you do all the work for that one. I like literally didn't build anything for you on that. I think
that's my fault, is that I started building it and then I was just like, well, I kind of want to build this bit too.
That's fine. Like it was like, please, that build is one of my favorite things. Like that is ready for the tabletop. We haven't used it yet for the tabletop over here, but like I have a feeling where we're headed next here in game. It might actually come out here pretty soon. So I think Richard will probably want to use it one of these days coming up. But yeah.
Ashton, you got a question in the chat. Cross wants to know, have you found a crafting use for the paper you peel from 24?
I have not yet, but I'm definitely one of those like keep everything sort of people. So I have some laying around somewhere, and I have 2 more foam cores that need to be peeled.
Maybe put it in paper mache or something.
The problem
paper
is
mache. Yep.
It's not soft enough. So I use like this stuff here. So I use napkins. Come on. There we go. So I use like napkins. These ones aren't great because they're textured, so you get like paisley in it. But I have some like bamboo ones that have no texture. But that's what I use for paper mache versus like harder paper.
Like
we just require a longer soak.
Paper mache, I find it really interesting how everyone uses different stuff because it's how they prefer to do things. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I just like I can't think of a use that I would personally use paper mache for, and that's not to say that it's not a really cool thing. It's just that I would do it in a different way.
I think for me, it's just I'm super impatient, so I don't like dry times.
Hair dryer.
I am familiar with the hair dryer.
Yeah.
It's best. It still takes forever. I make like rocks out of it, and those are like layers upon layers of paper mache, and those take like a day and a half to dry.
Wow.
Is there a tutorial up on your Instagram on how you paper mache and use it to create rocks, Ashley? Okay.
There's one somewhere.
I'll find it.
If there's not, I will make one.
I'd love to. I want to check it out.
I got the technique from someone else, but I don't remember who.
Okay.
Because it's been a hot minute.
That's okay.
Cross an answer to like something that the dollar store peel that I've used before. You can take it and you can turn it into, like, if you put like a wash on it and you cut it up, you can make it look like a tan, like you're tanning leather.
Ooh.
You can tan leather with it. I haven't done this yet, but I've done it with construction paper. I've done it with like plain paper, but I think it's better if like a colored paper or a texture. You got to like layer it up from white paper, but like a scroll, rolling up scrolls and like making scrolls for like little wizard, like a wizard room or whatever you want to do with that. But like I really like it using it either for making like you're tanning leather or having a leather effect, or paper for books, for scrolls.
I like
really
that.
Cool. Yeah, that's a fun one. I think
I've used it for the garbage.
You use what?
For the garbage.
You use it for the garbage. Yeah. That thicker paper, it takes a little bit more. It takes the paint really well, and it warps the perfect amount, so it's not like, it transforms it so it doesn't just look like paper. And even like the scroll effect, like, taking like a little fine point pen, you can get as intricate. I've seen people get super intricate. I don't know if you all saw on the foam modelers page on Facebook, but someone is like making a labyrinth room of a library, and they made like 2,000 individual books. And it's a picture of all the stuff for this little labyrinth encounter that they have for their players, and I'm like, that is a dedication. Like making all those little books. I love epic stuff like that when people put forth all that effort into the detail. It just looks so cool. It looks so cool.
Speaking of looking at that group, I think it was the foam modeling group or the Tabletop Crafters Guild. This week I saw an awesome build. And it's an arena. I think it might be a Blood Bowl arena, but it's like lava and like the skulls.
I did see that, yeah.
And I missed that. I hadn't seen it.
Pools. There's these like pools of lava, and there's light coming up, and like it's like, that's next level. That was such a good build. Really enjoyed that one.
Next level.
Oh, totally, man. Like, I think lava is one of those things that I've seen some people do it really well, and then you can see like a whole range of different ways of doing it, and then some people just absolutely nail it, and this guy's just like, it looks like lava.
Our Jeremiah does a good job with lava. Wylock's got a pretty good lava technique that I really enjoy on his stream.
Cross is telling me to stop licking my paintbrush. Why?
Can lick a paintbrush. I just threw a Mod Podge piece of rock, and I moved it back over, and I scraped Mod Podge all over my Yeti microphone here. So yay me.
Ooh.
I love this little computer. I built this now. I've had it for going on a little over a year and some months now. But it's got paint splatter all over the keyboard, all over the mouse. It's got paint everywhere on this streaming computer. I love it. It's the way it should be. It's the way it should be.
I got paint all over my desk.
Yep.
And I look at other content creators' setups, and I'm like, how do you keep it clean? I don't trust the clean people. I think it's like the cooking show thing where they have one where they actually make it, but then they have the nice pristine area that they present on. I don't trust that.
We were digging Aislinn's setup earlier. She's giving us a little dime tour. We've got multiple stations set
up. She
up
does it right.
In the new, yeah, Aislinn's got the setup going on.
This is the terrain building one because it was a kitchen island, so I can stand up or I can sit down, which is nice. That is the mini painting desk where it has all the actual nice paints that aren't hand-me-down crap paint. And then we've got dice / the FDM printer that's unplugged and full of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there's a resin printer over there. And then cabinet and minis and terrain storage.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's smart. You have the terrain away from everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where I attain my highest level of envy, is whenever I see other people's crafting areas.
Because they actually have one.
It's like to have stations for different things where it's set up and you don't have to like put things away and then pull out another thing. Oh,
That's been the big
Heaven.
thing, because our old house had legitimately my paint desk, my work desk, my husband's 2 work desks, all in one room, and it was a small room.
That's kind of how my setup is here. He has his workstation back here, and then I have a corner desk here.
We are going through the process of trying to add some shelving space, and it's modular and it comes with like a little desk space. And we don't have like an office per se, so it's kind of like pull out the TV dinner tray and work on that from the laptop. So this space will allow us to have like a little bit of decoration in the living room and a desk to work at. And I've already been given the caveat by my wife. She's like, you do not craft on this space. And I was like, okay, you got it. I was like, that's fair. And I was like, can I put like 1 or 2 minis or like some of my favorite terrain? She's like, no, this is my space. And I was like, you got it. Okay. I was like, I had to ask. She's like, you have your space. I was like, okay. It's good. But see, the cool thing, Michael, is, it doesn't matter where the space is crafters, like, life will find a way. You will find a way to craft and make it work. And I don't know if it's not in that, I don't think it's in that room right there, but I love your desk. The desk that you got when you turned that desk into that is that is such a beautiful
I'll be
piece.
honest, it's a beautiful that letter writing desk it's beautiful, but I'll be totally honest, it's not the most practical crafting desk. It's actually and I was disappointed to discover that this isn't as useful as I thought. I was imagining in my head when I got that, like, filming my videos on it and around it. No, it's small, and I use it for storage, and I might paint the odd mini at that desk, but it doesn't get used in that way. So, but it is a lovely little desk, though.
I think what you need to do, Michael, is get rid of your current dining room table and build a crafting table where it has like storage, where you lift up the top and you have all your terrain underneath it.
Do you know what? Next time that we're chatting and just hanging out during the week and Lucy's in the room, please tell her that, yeah?
Okay, I will.
Are you saying that so
we'll
you can
definitely do that?
I just think that she'll receive it better if it comes from somebody who's not me.
From someone else?
That sounds about right.
That sounds fair.
I'm in the odd bubble where my husband lets me have full range of anything. So terrain has made its way into the living room, the hallway, the office. But then he's like, so are you going to sell any of those? Or... like, no one wants to buy it.
That's not true. I bet if you wanted to sell some of that stuff, I'd contact the gaming stores out here. I'd contact Odyssey Games. I'd contact the Guild House. I'd contact the Warhammer Cafe. I bet
my stuff will not hold up to Warhammer.
I mean, I guess it depends if they're playing Age of Sigmar.
I've seen my local game stores, and their Warhammer stuff is like shredded. So,
it depends.
No.
It depends. It just depends on how it's being used.
But I mean, those tables get a lot of traffic in the store,
Yeah.
If it's for someone,
that's what I'm saying. My stuff is not meant for that.
Well, some of them might just want it for decoration within the store too.
Yeah,
like that is some. Yeah, and also like Odyssey Games has Zayn. They do D&D stuff. They do more than just the Warhammer. Yeah, they have dedicated space for the D&D nights are off the hook. Like that store is doing great. I still need to figure out. need to figure out a way. I need to get new hardware and still do a stream. It'd be cool to stream from over there and do a couple of nights in the store. I still want to do. I've talked about that too, Aislinn. It's like streaming some of our campaign and like doing something where we have like a big session and streaming it so folks can check it out if they ever want. I like for like no other purposes of just to watch. Like our campaigns are ridiculous. It's a bunch of all, you know, a lot of my community and my friends they're all actors, so they're like our DM is so funny. When we started the campaign, he was like, "Hey, can you give me a little bit of backstory on your characters?" We all sent him like 15-page bios, and he's like, "Holy shit!" But it's cool. Like I love that, and I'm curious to see how you build and incorporate. How much you incorporate from your players? But like he's done a really good job of letting us help build the world and not just trying to do it all himself too. And I think I don't know. That's such a great way to.
I made my players fill out a whole Google form because mine don't. My players are all mostly engineers.
Awesome.
I have one actor and one graphic designer, and then a bunch of engineers. So I made them give me backstories. They had to give me an NPC, alive, dead, don't know, doesn't matter. You had to have someone in the world that you were connected to. And then from there, I built the storyline and all of the character arcs. So we are wrapping up one of the character arcs right now. We just had this like huge masquerade gala, and it's starting to tie in another character's arc as well, as they are approaching the end of like the first act of the campaign. And now it's like all of these things you've been doing have actually been affecting the world, and now you get to see reap what you sow.
That's right. That's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening within our group right now. And like basically early, like the way one of the you know, the evil corporation, if you will, within our world has begun to spun the events of our group, which have been questionable at times. Like we have had like that murder hobo effect at some points or another, but we've also, there have been certain events that have transpired where they have spun it in such an event, like we're basically considered terrorists wherever we go within the world now. And we are like, you can't, like, we have to be very, very careful how we approach any scenario moving forward, because the whole world thinks that we're the evil ones. It's
Oh, that's cool.
It's
Plot twist.
It is plot twist.
You are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Maybe we are. We've had that conversation in game. We're like, are we
the bad guys?
Are we the bad guys? Like, is that what we are? Is that who we are? Oh, speaking of D&D, have any of you been watching Vox Machina on Amazon Prime?
I haven't seen the new 3.
Okay, I'm not saying anything.
Do you know what? I was literally.
I know the whole thing because it's my favorite arc.
Minutes ago.
Freaking
So
Brian.
I'm not familiar with it because I haven't watched all the Critical Role stuff, but I am in love with the whole thing. I love the art direction. I love the fact that I love it when we get. I really miss old animation, and we're working with a lot of drawn stuff, and I know they've got some. They blend both, but I love the anime style of the animation. And I was watching the first episode. Have you seen it yet, Zayn? Oh, you.
So is it based on Critical Role?
No, Zayn, you would flipping love it.
But you don't need to have watched or listened to any to understand.
And you don't need to be a D&D nut to appreciate it. They don't beat you over the head with the D&D stuff. In fact, the D&D stuff is subtle, and they throw it in there, and it's certainly like if you play the game, you'll laugh your tuchus off. There's a particular moment in one of the recent episodes. Aislinn that you'll really like. They do some really cool stuff, but it's the story, and I really think they do such a great job of they combine humor within it. It's what everything a D&D experience is like. You have the party you're traveling with, all the different characters, the conflict that each of those characters bring, the secrets and the backstories with all of that, the humor that goes along with just the ridiculousness that happens, but also the real, like, the gut-wrenching, like, impact from your actions, right? And that first episode, I was like, oh, this is the type of show we're going to be. I was like, okay, I'm on board. It was,
I've
I was
definitely-
hook, line, and sinker.
I've definitely seen people posting about it, but yeah, I'll definitely give it a try.
You
It's
really
great.
should. It's amazing.
No spoilers. I actually forgot to binge it. Dominic Mohanigan, Mary Bradbook voices one of the characters. I think a dwarf. Yep, certainly does, Laura. Dominic Mohanigan's in it.
It's on Netflix?
It's on
Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Amazon Prime, okay.
So when it first came out and like
Ooh, David Tennant voices
I
the character.
saw the cartoon and
Does, and he does such a good job.
I love me some David Tennant.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
I didn't realize that it was so not child friendly.
Were you watching it with Georgie?
No. I just said it.
Oh,
I
okay.
said to Lucy, kind of jokingly in passing, I was just like, "Oh, we could like watch this with Georgie. This would be cool, D&D." Lucy was just like,
And it
That-
immediately is not child appropriate.
"No."
Wow.
Like
Not even
within the first
close.
5 minutes, you're like, oh,
Oh. Yeah. You're like,
that first adventuring party.
Oh my god, that, and then also how we introduced some of the primary characters from Vox Machina. I mean, when we introduced Strand is like, yep. You're like, okay, cool. Can't watch this with the children. It's so good. It's so good. You and
We'll
Lucy,
definitely give it a try.
is Lucy watching it too? Is Lucy watching it?
Listen, we don't watch anything together really because we've got such
Yeah.
different interests. We're watching this together, like,
I
and
was
that
gonna
is
say
so-
that one is like made for you two.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Hang on.
cool.
Awesome.
That's so cool. Ashley, let me see
David
again.
Tennant is
Let me
there.
bring that. Can you bring it back up? Bring that the tower back up when you get a chance. Yeah.
So I've got holes in the floor so that it
Perfect.
ruins.
Nice.
So
That looks so cool, Aislinn. I
Very
am. I'm super excited to have learned about yet another new crafting product within those little bricks, and I am now going to add that to my. I've got 2 things to purchase. I've given myself with the new year. I've given myself a budget, and by me giving myself a budget, I mean my wife is giving me a budget, because it's important, right? Like budgets are good. But the speed paints, the army speed painters are on that list, and so are those bricks now. That's my purchase this year. I want to play around with those. I gotta play
they're
with those.
awesome. And I mean, I've gotten, like, I started this when we started,
Yep.
It's so
and I'm
cool.
already almost 2 levels done.
That's the experience. Like it was
And
pro
already
status.
already painted.
Look at
Yeah.
that. I can't
All I
believe they
have to
come
do
in
is
that
use
color.
My nails to like squish it.
How are
Have
you
you
going to
tried
do the
using-
base of it?
Hmm?
How are you going to do the base? Are you going to do like dirt or?
It's going to be a mixture of dirt and like grass. So I take that dollar store like very bright green flocking or moss, and I cut it up and I make flocking. So it's supposed to be like a forest, and then around it I use these as like, and they're the same height as forest.
Nice.
So I've got a bunch of those. Just dry brush over them, and they make good, easy grass.
Yep.
Nice.
I love that. The I'm super impressed with those bricks that they didn't even, you don't even have to paint them. You just,
Yeah. Each brick,
I wonder
like
what,
that is how long it took me to make a brick and shape it how I needed it.
I'm gonna have to make a
And I didn't
Walmart
have to
purchase
cut
today.
I did not have to make them. I did not have to cut them.
Super cool.
Lisa said, "Colin, I pay you monthly. I expect results."
Damn it! Like result. I mean, oh yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I will definitely deliver more on that end. Sorry, Lisa. I'm sorry. I expect results.
That was a Patreon jab.
Yeah, it was a
Makes me feel
Patreon
under
jab.
pressure. I constantly feel under pressure about putting some stuff out for Patreon members. I'm like, oh.
I'm terrible. I have 3, and my sweet 3 my patrons, and I have nothing to show for them because I'm not consistent.
Yeah,
I have some merch.
it's hard.
It is hard, and I think something that's suggested often, and I think I keep like going back and forth, and I think what I might end up starting to do is I might do just like a try to set up a regularly, like whether that's a bi-weekly or a monthly. If I could do it weekly, I would, but a tier where it's this, but just in the Discord, right? Hang out and I think just the value, like folks that are choosing to support your channel and your work and all your content that you're making already it's invaluable to us as creators. So like legitimately to on like behalf of all of our patrons out there, like that support does mean a lot to us, and it is a source of inspiration, right? It's to help keep us to keep the doors open to the shop, as it were, but also it is a source of inspiration for us to keep finding new ways to make awesome content for y'all. But I'm you know, I think it's great. Like, again, what do you want to provide? Like, my biggest question is like, what's the best? Like, what is valuable to the patrons? You know what I mean, Aislinn?
Yeah.
Like, what do they want to see? And by all means, like, if you guys have any suggestions for any of us, like, message us. Like, that's something that we do listen. We do listen to, and we take into great account, because again, it takes a lot of effort to put forth energy into the community and put back into it, and it's something that Zayn, Michael, Aislinn, and I all feel strongly about, is the community. That's kind of the whole purpose and the point of what we're doing. So please, if you have suggestions or you have ideas and would like to see some more stuff from us, just reach out. We're pretty accessible. People.
I've tried to adopt Michael's vlog video entry.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Just a vlog of what you're working on, Michael. I always appreciate that. That always makes me smile. Even like even on a hard day of like where I'm in the midst of something crazy and busy, I always have a couple minutes wherever I'm at just to it's always that check-in is lovely. I really appreciate that, and I always enjoy that a lot. And same for you, Zayn. I like that too. I did it one time. Oh, sorry. Like Lisa's like, yeah, I know. I've only seen one. You've only done one of those.
She says you have not failed to deliver. So there you go.
Oh, thanks, Lisa. Thanks.
I think with mine, it's unique because I have the SDL tier where I release all my creations. But
which is
other
sick.
than that, as far as so cool. the other tiers, I feel bad because it's just pretty much the same as the other tiers. But,
I mean, I at the beginning I felt a lot of pressure because of Patreon. I'm like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, and then just over and over and over again, people are just saying, look, we just want to support you, and like we like what you do, and like that's kind of mind blowing. You kind of go like, wow.
That's where the imposter syndrome starts to.
Exactly, it's just like, wow.
Why are you giving me money?
Thanks so much.
Needless to say, thank you, everybody, if you do support us. And just being here watching and liking the stream and sharing our content. Thank you.
Yep. It means the world.
So,
go ahead, bud.
I'm just going to say I'm using Elston's technique to paint this giant. Where he was working his way up from a dark purple kind of base.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite one of my favorite minis I've painted was that frost giant using Elston's technique that he walked me through when he was on the stream last year. I love that technique. Yeah.
Boom.
Let's see it.
Yes. Yes, Aislinn. holy crap! Like, it's those blocks are blowing my mind. Like, I love, and you could turn those in. Like, if you textured them and like, you could texture them to look like tree bark. Like, you could, I mean, you could make them look however you want. But just for those blocks are cool. Ben's gonna love those blocks. I that's truly like what I want to buy, so he can stop taking all my foam. Get him his own stuff. I mean, that's what it's for too. Like, he loves crafting stuff. Oh, he is finishing his guild build today. I forgot to tell you guys. Like, he's working. He primed it all up last night, and by he I mean me. Oh, I used a spray foam. I used a spray paint that is meant for specifically terrain crafting. And I'm not a fan.
Really?
No?
Is that the stuff that Jay was using?
I don't know. I have
Is it a Citadel?
It's not a Citadel. It's a different one.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's. I have to look. I'd never used it before, and I was like, oh, let's try this, Ben. He was like, yeah, and it took forever to dry, forever, and I was just like, I mean, let me report on it. Like, I haven't even utilized this full. Let's see what happens after he paints it up today, and we'll see how all that.
Because I know Jay uses. I think it's a Citadel one, but it's a spray primer and it's black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it is the same one. I bet you it is a Citadel one. I bet you it is. Do you ever spray paint your whenever you're base coating foam? Do you ever rattle? I think you've said you rattled can before. Aislinn, you were rattle canning it. That's a quick way to.
Yeah, but the foam isn't great for that, just because it has a tendency to freak out. There we go. So I have like real crap Home Depot.
Yeah. Yeah. The cheap rattle cans, where it's at. That's where it's at.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I'm too scared to accidentally melt something to try it. So
you get it. It's actually, you can get some cool effects on it if you learn like the specific brand and like how close you need to be before it starts eating it away. I think it looks really good. Yeah, I love that. That Rust-Oleum is my go-to. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I had bought these for when I made the corpse flower. So
let's see. Did you guys see this up here? This was very nice. Martin from Jamatra said all you lovely people. I think everyone who supports you via Patreon wants you to make what you enjoy, not getting super duper custom made extra content for £4 a month, right? Like, oh, that's nice, lovely sentiment and insight, Martin. I forgot the corn. Dipped out for the store. John McElroy's Ghost. I forgot the corn. I wanted to remember to buy more cumin so I could paint some corn. Well, you can always go back. Go back. I want to see it. Like, so it's whole cumin.
The full cumin seed. Yeah.
Now you say cumin or cumin. Is it cumin or cumin, Michael and Aislinn? Am I saying it wrong?
I say cumin.
Cumin, yeah.
And
or you can say cumin, but
that's a different. Jeez. Well, that's my fault.
Does this have cumin in it?
Does it have cumin in it? Oh no! Oh no! Now I'm gonna be thinking of that every time I see it. Is it
every time you eat a taco?
Every time. Jesus Christ!
I love cumin.
That does look like corn. That's super cool. That's really cool, John. Whoa. All right, time to grab all the cumin.
Are you in the Discord? Was that what? What were you looking at?
There you go.
There you go.
Ah. It's coming in.
We were just Google imaging. I'm not saying.
I don't want to adjust.
We were looking for whole cumin, and it does look like whole corn. If you Google image search the other pronunciation, you will come up with something very different. you. You were thinking about it. You were thinking about it. I was just articulating your inner monologue, Zane.
You were thinking it, yeah, but you said
it. Oh, what a treat! What a treat today. This has been a really lovely stream for many reasons today. Just to get back and hang out and craft. Like I hadn't crafted in weeks until
Me neither.
Until last night when I hanging out with my buddy and my son, and then this morning with y'all. So this has been very, very lovely. Aislinn, I am so thankful that we were able to connect with you. Bravo, Zayn, for connecting Aislinn and Dollar Store DM with this community. Thank you so much for that recommendation, and thank you again, Aislinn, for coming on the stream today. This is hopefully. Oh yeah. Oh please.
A pleasure.
A pleasure indeed, and we as we like to say to everyone who joins us on the stream is the first time, but hopefully and certainly not the last time. That's for sure. You are most welcome anytime. If you haven't done so already, you can find links to Dollar Store DM's social media. Aislinn's got a YouTube channel, Instagram, a website. Again, the base point for all that is the link tree. That's the directory to head to on Aislinn's Instagram.
I may post it again.
Yeah, we'll put it up there for y'all again. Be sure to head on over and show Aislinn some love and support all of her endeavors. Everything from catching art and adventure on Twitch to the dice. As soon as that dice factory sounds like it's going to get cranked back up again, which is super cool. And then also everything on Instagram as well. And of course, you all know this all too well, but please head on over to Zayn Morgan Crafts and Michael Patterson. Support those lovely support the babes, support the fellow babes of the Crazy Crafter.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, you're welcome, babe. Of the Crazy Crafter community. You have further ways to support Zayn, Michael, and I. Our Patreon information is located below the stream. We're looking forward to hanging out with y'all next week and hopefully tomorrow. Don't forget to head on over to Nat One Videos where Michael will be streaming.
Basically, tomorrow is basically going to be effectively this.
Yeah,
and
it's this.
I mean, to be honest, I'm going to introduce everybody, and then Colin's going to take over. Because Colin is the hostess with the mostest. He knows what to do. So I'm going to lean heavily on you, Colin, for sure.
I definitely think you undervalue your skill set to blabber.
Do you want a little brief?
Yes.
Sneak preview of mine.
Oh yeah, tease away, baby. Tease away. Let's see it.
I've literally just finished it. This is my Woodland Shrine.
Whoa!
Dude,
oh yeah!
Stop it!
Whoa.
Stop it!
Oh yeah!
Your face. That
looks amazing.
Right?
Holy shit!
the little resin fountain is my favorite.
The resin fountain's really cool. I love all the flocking in the leaves, like the leaves on the ground there around the fountain there, Michael.
That was from Tina. So those leaves are birch
from Belgium
things, and she gave me that idea.
Is it the birch seed pods? Is that what it is?
Birch seed pods, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Amazing.
That's super cool. Did you get any further on your living room design, Zayn, or have you've been
no,
hanging out
I've done
and
nothing.
chatting, muttering?
Yeah.
You've been chatting away over there, chatty Cathy, like the rest of us. So that's all right.
This was not conductive to my living room design.
That's all right. It's still productive. I painted up I Mod Podged some rocks, some stumps. I did not design. I did get some design. I have a couple crystals shaved up. So I've got more glue sticks to carve up and create some crystals. I wonder if I can. I bet you I can create little candlesticks too with them as well.
Use toothpick and some hot glue.
Oh, there we go. That's even simpler.
Q-tips that have like that hollow plastic.
Oh yeah.
You can use that as the you put it on the top of the toothpick, and then you can the little bit that sticks out is the wick.
As the wick. I gotta see what I bet you my toothpicks are. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Aislinn, but I think the dollar store has the hollow ones. Do they have the hollow ones?
The hollow Q-tips, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have candelabras that are made like that.
Do you have one handy? I want to see it.
Do I have it handy?
Nice,
so cool. Oh, that's looking really good. I like that, Michael. That's good.
Oh, that's so sick.
Bit dark.
Yeah.
Is that for the
build it up.
Woodland Shrine?
Oh no, it's
okay.
Just a mini that I've had for ages. Joe gave it to me, and I keep intending to paint it, and I've never got around to it.
Gotcha.
All right, I got two versions.
Okay.
I've got actual candle. So this is a toothpick. That is the top of the Q-tip with hot glue, and then the top of the toothpick sticks out, and I made it into the wick. I've got a bead, a bead, and a bead.
Oh, it looks so cool, Aislinn. I love that one.
The same idea, but with those little crystal shrapnel to make
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some variation of that too. I'm gonna have the candles, but I'm also gonna do something for the crystals like that. Oh, that's cool. I like that because I've got all my little miscellaneous beads hanging around everywhere. I'm gonna bust those out and glue some of those on there. Super cool. Super cool.
Now I want to make like a crystal palace.
Yeah.
Things made with beads.
That's one of my favorite things to do, Aislinn, is create all the little smaller items.
The target.
In each, yeah. Is that let's see. I missed it. Bring it back.
It's a growler cap.
Yeah.
And some A on it and Sharpie. I did this in like 5 minutes right before a session because I needed it.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's so cool. I love it's those little details within the build that definitely set it off and create and enhance that experience. I made little picture frames in that dungeon in a box that I was telling you is one of my favorite little things. I love adding in all those little details. I printed out like little pictures of dwarves and like have them hanging in like the main throne room that are like up all over the place. Like you can print maps up. You can do all sorts of little stuff like that. Wylock in his Cyberpunk video a couple months back like did sushi, and like there was sushi. He made like a little sushi in the sushi shop, and I'm like, all that little stuff just makes my little crafting heart happy. I love doing all that little stuff. It's super cool. And now we get to do it with No,
I'm interrupting. Go ahead. I'll do it at the end.
I was just gonna say, and then everything from the Q-tips right to Dave that Aislinn's sharing to like John sharing about the whole cumin seeds looking like corn. That'll be little things to add up. What was you had strings hanging on that I mean, we'll talk about more about this tomorrow on the Guild Build stream, but like what did you end up using to make it's like strings hanging over your shrine there. What is that, Michael?
String.
I know, but what's on this string? What's on this string, Michael?
Well, actually, so this is going to answer Dungeon Matron Lisa's question as well. So the trees is sea foam on top with and then I dab on Woodland Scenic's flocking glue. So this is actually for grass, but it works well for trees as well. And then sprinkle on some foam flock for the tree. The vines are just string that I've separated out the fibers like that and paint them brown, and then use the same glue to put the birch seed casings on it.
Nice.
The birch seeds, they just look like leaves automatically, and they stick really well with that glue. In fact, they're really, really solid. So that's it.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Simples.
Cool.
Super cool. All right, y'all. we're gonna wrap it up for today's Crazy Crafter live stream. Thank you again, Aislinn, for joining us. Thank you again, as always, to Zayn and Michael for joining us. Thank you to all of you out there in the Foam family for hanging out with us today. We're looking forward to doing it again. Like I said, Michael's exactly right. We're gonna do this tomorrow. We'll be hanging out with DM Scotty, and we're really excited to check out all of your woodland shrines. And we look forward to hanging out with y'all tomorrow. Aislinn, we look forward to hanging out with you over on Twitch and on Instagram. Definitely excited to see all the content that you're going to be creating as we move forward here. When's the next session? When's the next stream? Is it March?
Saturday, February 26th. It's always the last
Awesome.
Saturday of the month because that helps me be consistent.
Yeah, the scheduling consistency is muy importante.
Yeah, that way,
especially
when
for
I'm scheduling people from around the world,
Yep.
it's helpful.
Yep.
So if you want to see this build finished, before I post it on Instagram, because I will not be posting it until after the 26th. So if you want to see this build finished, it'll be featured during that, because I know way too much about the storyline of all of these sessions for being a player. I've gotten really good at not metagaming.
Yeah, that's a skill set you had to build quickly.
So John, who's in the chat there, he'll tell you I'm terrible at that. I metagame the shit out of D&D. I'm like,
it's
okay,
all right.
So reading Lost Mines of Fandelver, I'll go and read the book then.
Yeah.
That's why even the monsters. You can't look them up because I made them.
Can't look them up. Speaking of, I guess we'll figure out some metagaming. That's something else. I don't think we've made an official announcement yet, but Zayn, Michael, and I are going to be doing a session with Atmoseeker here coming up pretty soon as well. We'll do one of Seb's. It's a live play that's recorded. The way he's doing it now, I think, is a really smart way to do it. Like he's doing I love the streaming element, but the way Seb has it set up, he's got so many production elements within it. They're recorded and then they're posted. It's a really, really his latest one that he just did. I'm about halfway through that one, and it looks. Seb's production quality is absolutely amazing. It's really cool. So we'll find out how badly you metagame here pretty soon, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. We don't have a four. There's typically, who else? Is it just us three? Are we still missing a fourth?
I think we were talking about Danny.
I think we were talking about Danny, right? We're trying to get Danny. Okay.
I hope
cool.
Danny, I think that would just be perfect if we can get Danny in.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. All right, y'all. Thank you again for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow over our Nat 1 video stream. And Aislinn, we're looking forward to having you back on the stream here again, hopefully very soon. So until that next time, everyone, be sure to craft your passion daily, and we will catch you on the next live stream. Cheers, y'all. Later.
Bye.
Bye.